Tonight, the I-Team is looking into sky-high interest. Would you pay a 145% interest rate on a personal loan? Consumer investigator Jason Knowles is looking into a complaint of what one customer calls an unfair loan. Jason.
Cheryl, Illinois law requires loans to be based on a borrower's ability to pay, but it can be illegal for a business to charge a sky-high interest rate. The I-Team found one case where a woman borrowed a total of $8,000 from the loan machine, but her attorney says she ended up paying back more than $35,000.
It's someone's life savings that you've just taken from them and no answers.
Farron Payton was in shock when he moved home from California to start caring for his mother and discovered her bank statements. Dozens and dozens of automatic debits paid to the loan machine.
It's quite sad that human beings or companies would do that to the elderly.
It used to be down the road from her home before shutting its doors.
This company was automatic debiting out of my mom's account. It seemed like it had been for years.
Payton, his mother Marguerite, and their attorneys say the payments to the loan machine were astronomical.
Based on the records available to us, she paid between $35,000 and $40,000 back to these folks.
All of that money, he says, for two loans. One personal loan for $3,300, which had a $6,900 finance charge, an annual percentage rate of 145%.
It was a 145% interest rate. It doesn't make sense, right? My mom, she was over 65 years old at the time.
And then there was a secondary line of credit for another $5,000 with an interest rate of 36% and a monthly transaction fee.
At this point, it appears as though Mrs. Payton paid all of this money under an agreement that is abhorrent and unconscionable, but very well might be legal.
The Illinois Attorney General's office says they reached a voluntary agreement with the loan machine to stop collecting on Payton's secondary loan for 36%, saying the fees in that loan tripled the interest, and adding the AG claims it was an unlawful loan. By the way, that first loan with a 145% interest rate was legal at the time, but it isn't anymore.
So there are some federal laws that protect folks like Mrs. Payton. There's the Truth in Lending Act that says you have to get certain disclosures. But those laws really are ineffectual because almost all of these agreements have arbitration clauses where you waive your right to sue.
That arbitration clause was also in Payton's agreement. An attorney for the loan machine says Marguerite Payton took out multiple loans from the loan machine and said it advanced Miss Payton funds multiple times at her request.
That was my mother's life savings.
Consumer experts say if you need a personal loan, your best bet is to go to a bank or a credit union. You should also research what the average going rate is for a personal loan. There are also several loan calculators online. You can go online and figure that out and see what you'll have to pay in the end. But no matter what, just remember, it should be well under 145%, right?
People are just so vulnerable with their cash and their life savings.
They are a lot of money.
Senior citizens, you know. All right, thank you for sharing that great advice.